what cannot be done. I'm tired of people asking Americans to defer their dreams to another day, but really what they mean is to another decade. Enough waiting. The time is now. We can achieve our goals for this country, and we can do so more quickly than anyone ever thought possible. There is nothing we cannot accomplish.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Donald Trump yesterday at his hotel in Washington, where he was before he went on to make 3 more stops. Today he's going to Ohio. I don't know. I guess they know what they're doing, but he's up in the polls in Ohio. There are other states that he needs, as Dick Morris outlined, and I was very encouraged by Dick Morris's roadmap. But you would think he might have his time better spent in some other states where it's a toss-up or he's behind. Maybe spend every waking hour between now and the election in North Carolina, for instance, because without that, there ain't nothing. So I don't know. That's just me. 877 Newsmax, 877-639-7629. We want to hear from you on the panel. And joining me on the political panel today is Tom Borelli, Dr. Tom Borelli, Ph.D., contributor for Conservative Review, and C. Edmund Wright, who's just a patient like me, no doctor, columnist at Breitbart and the American Thinker, contributor for Talk Radio Network, and author of WTF, I almost said it, WTF, How Karl Rove and the Establishment Lost Again. Wow, that would have been bad. Anyway, gentlemen, welcome aboard. So let me get from you, Tom. Yesterday, Donald Trump got so much criticism from the media that has nothing better to do. Why is he in Washington? Why is he doing business, with his hotel when he should be on the road? And as Trump said, and we played this at the beginning of the show, as he said to Dana Bash, that's a terrible question. I'm insulted. I made 5, or I think it was 8 stops the day before, he tells her. I'm making 3 after I leave here. Hillary does 1 and then goes to sleep. And you're asking me why I'm here? I mean, he can't win no matter what he does with them.
You're right, Steve. You just said you can't win. He can't win with the media no matter what he does, what he says. But we all saw the collusion in the WikiLeaks emails between the media and the Clinton campaign. So they're all in against him. He can't do anything. Look, I saw an interview after about him being at the hotel and cutting the ribbon. He wanted to be with his family, with his son, with his sons and daughter who helped build that new hotel and convert it. So he's a very loyal man, and I view that as a big sign. And he's got tremendous amount of energy. My God, the guy's 70 years old. He's been in more states, more rallies.
Yep.
I've done 1 rally or 2 a day once in my life, and that was too much.
Yeah, and again, that needs to be, he is 70, C. Edmund, he's 70 years old, and he is, I mean, I don't think most of the average people in this country, including me, could handle the grueling schedule he has had with the energy that he puts forth.
Yeah, well, I would agree with that. That's why he's been successful in a lot of areas in his life. But Steve, the big story from yesterday's speech is, where has this been for 6 months? Had he been running that kind of campaign for 6 months, instead of insulting so many of the voters he needed, he'd be 20 points ahead, and it wouldn't matter anything about WikiLeaks, and it wouldn't matter anything else, because you'd have this incredibly united Republican Party. If the Donald Trump of yesterday had been here for 6 months, there would be no never Trump movement. There would be no maybe Trump movement. There would just be a crushing defeat coming for Hillary Clinton.
No, I could not agree more. And should Donald Trump lose,
it's his fault.
We're going to have, it's his fault. The media certainly contributed greatly if he loses. And the Republicans, and I want to get to 2 in particular, Jason Chaffetz today, as we put up before, tweeting out that I don't endorse him, I don't like him, but I'm voting for Donald Trump because Hillary Clinton would be terrible, Tom. And,
That's fine.
What's that?
That's fine. Yeah. That's actually the truth. A lot of people will relate to that. And some never Trumpers may vote for him.
I agree, but it's because of Chaffetz's original statement. I have daughters. I can never vote for him. I don't want anything to do with them. And the leadership of the Republican Party running from him, that would also, if he should lose, in my view, would have contributed to it as well. Tom?
Well, yeah, Paul Ryan never wanted Trump in the first place. I mean, he was the first abandoned ship when those outrageous comments came out. These guys, obviously, the politicians, only thinking about themselves, but they really should be thinking about their constituents and what a Hillary Clinton presidency would bring and do to Americans. Look what Obamacare has done. Republicans said it was horrible. Look what it is. It is horrible. What, 116% increase in Arizona, 25% nationally, and they're going to stick us with Hillary Clinton? I mean, that's sheer madness. Think about the big picture. But certainly Trump, made a number of mistakes. Again, he was a business guy, probably not used to listening to any advisors. But look, we got just shy of 2 weeks away, excuse me, and it's pretty close given all the mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, Edmund, it is pretty close. I want to go to Ryan because we talked about Chaffetz, and I said I had another guy. Ryan, in his speakership, I got to tell you, he may be challenged, especially if some Republicans are voted out that would normally vote for him for speaker. He might get quite a challenge and have a tough time keeping that speakership.
Yeah, well, he might, and that may be, part of the fallout of the election. But I must disagree with Tom a little bit. When Jeb Bush bragged about running against the base in late 2014, we blamed him for running a disastrous campaign. And when Mitt Romney ran a disastrous campaign in 2012, we blamed him and Karl Rove and his advisors. I'm sorry, there's only one person who can unify a party, period. That's the nominee, and you need to know that going in. And what really frustrates me is that speech yesterday it points out why it's so important the election turns out that way. And Steve, I'm just afraid it's too late. I'm not giving up, but I am afraid it's too late.
It may be. I mean, Tom, you hear more and more people saying that traditionally, one way or another, polls at the end do tighten up. And in this political world of ours these days, I guess a 5 or 6 point presidential win, as far as percentages go, not counting the Electoral College, is considered kind of a landslide. Even I think against Romney, I think it was a 3 point lead almost 3 points for Obama. So, we have polls that are tightening. I hope they're tightening. I hope they get tighter. I hope turnout skews everything and messes up all those polls that show Hillary has a lead. But we may just be witnessing what normally happens, and it may be, as C. Edmund indicates, it may be too late.
I'm not sure. I mean, we don't know. We're 12 days out. But what I do know is like 70% of the country really is dissatisfied with the direction of where the country's headed. That's a huge momentum. And remember, a lot of these polls just back in 2014, remember, the polls said the Republicans were not going to take back the Senate. And they did convincingly. Remember in Kentucky, Matt Bevin was supposed to lose. He ended up winning and winning big. So again, you just have to really just keep your eye on really what's going on and the shifts. And the latest Fox News poll shows a big surge for independence for Trump. They were tied. Clinton and Trump were tied not long ago.
Like a week ago.
Now it's 13-point advantage.
Which makes you wonder.
Right.
Makes you wonder about polls. It is kind of crazy, Edmund. I mean, what to believe and what not to believe, and state by state, and on the same day that you get the Fox poll showing 3, you get the AP poll showing whatever it was 10.
Yeah.
But Reuters also closed. The Reuters poll closed to 4 from 7. So again, you could knock your head against the wall, or you're going crazy.
Yeah, well, my sense is that the race is tightening. I think there is a shift towards Donald Trump. I think Obamacare premium notices have a lot to do with that. And again, I just wish we had someone a little more coherent when speaking about Obamacare. He did make some good comments about Jeffrey Gruber yesterday. I was like, finally. So I do think he has the momentum. I do think he's behind. He'll get a field goal in the fourth quarter. I'm afraid he might need a touchdown.
Right, but guys, here's the thing, and this is something Dana Bash asked him about yesterday, and he said he's already spent $100 million on his campaign. That might include the primaries. I don't know, but he certainly hasn't spent that here in the general election. He did not sound like he's committing. I've seen one commercial, and it's with the mother of a wonderful young man who was killed by an illegal alien. But I'll say this till I'm blue in the face, because I've been saying it for months. Jesse Jackson in the 90s praising the heck out of Donald Trump would go a long way to the black community. And so many other ads he could put out there. The Catholic bashing. No, he didn't bring it up at the debate. He mentioned it at the dinner. That's it. It's gone. He should bring that out. I don't think he's going to do it, guys. What about it, Tom? We got 30 seconds each.
No, I think those are great points. There's a lot of things he's certainly left on the table, a lot of pitches right down the middle. But again, it's, as they say, it's not over till it's over. The fat lady hasn't sung just quite yet.
Well, yeah, that's true. I haven't seen the fat lady singing yet. Are we allowed to say that when talking about Trump? Anyway, see, Edmund, final word.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire, but I'm afraid Donald spent too much time babbling on the grassy knoll about Lee Harvey Oswald and other such mess. Hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, well, I hope I hope you're wrong as well, because I don't know. It's just going to be bad, 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 bad with that Supreme Court. That's all I could say. Anyway, thank you, Tom. Thank you, C. Edmund. Appreciate it, both of you coming on. John Zogby joins us next to talk the latest polls. He's a pollster, of course. Plus, Jennifer Rubin from the Washington Post joined Bill O'Reilly on his show, and I'm going to break it down. You've never seen anything like this in the Gimme 5. Don't go away.